In the marketing profession, we love to talk about branding. Yada, 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 branding, branding, branding. But how can we talk intelligently about it if there's not even an agreed upon definition of what a brand is? So before we can get to a clear and helpful definition of a brand, let's clear up what it is not. So how can marketing pros and business owners work together to build the value of a brand if we don't even hold in common what a brand is in the first place? Sometimes the best place to begin defining something is by agreeing to what it is not. Like, I'm not a guy with a lot of hair or a lot of patience. Now you're starting to get to know me and define me. So let's start by affirming that a brand is not a logo. A logo is, of course, a key visual expression of a brand. Now, that may be a bit basic for many of you really smart people out there, but there's historical context to why people thought, and some still think, their brand is their logo. What we call a brand today traces its roots to the centuries-old practice of branding livestock, like a bull or a horse, to signify, that's mine, I own that, and you don't. Then, in the 1800s, producers of the earliest store-bought consumer goods, like the Quaker Oats Company, the guy with the big round black hat who looks sort of Amish but apparently isn't, shipped their products in barrels to general stores across America. Quaker Oats burned its name on the barrels, branded the barrels to signify, we made and own these here oats. That branding mark also became a kind of early version of a brand promise or brand value proposition. Because when Jedediah and Clementine saw the Quaker Oats name branded on the barrel, they could trust the oats inside weren't rotten. That brand on the barrel was the genesis of what we now call logos. But that brand mark signifying a company's ownership of that barrel is also the root cause of the most widely held rotten and counterproductive perception of what a brand is today. Because what a brand is not is something you own. You may own the company, the products you make, the services you provide, but you don't own your brand. So that's why the clearest, leanest, and most productive definition of a brand is simply this. A brand is how a company, product, or service is perceived in the marketplace. Let me repeat that. A brand is how a company, product, or service is perceived in the marketplace. Now, savvy viewers like you are saying, the two key words in that definition are perceived and marketplace. And you, savvy viewer, are exactly right.